Hi, today is Monday, December 27th. Yesterday I made a video, and at the end of that video I got a little emotional. But I want to give a short explanation, a synopsis of what has been happening. Well, I've explained that before that I live in Montclair, New Jersey. I am renting from a corporation that is called HomeCorp Ecumenical Organization, and I've been renting from them for almost 20 years, and they failed to provide me with a new lease, which was due since in 2016, and at one point in 2017, I've been experiencing personal situation in my life, and I was offered a voucher, a Section 8 voucher by Montclair Township, Section 8. And they offered me the voucher, and they gave me documents for HomeCorp management to fill out, offering housing. And when they did fill it out, I returned, it was signed by the current director that they had there in 2017 and the manager. I returned that to the township, but when I returned it, when they offered the voucher to me, they said my husband at the time, who there was issues happening, I would not get involved, and I would not give you a whole long drawn out story, but they said that he had to move out within 2 months for me to be able to get that voucher. And well, I questioned him about that, and he refused to move out. But anyways, when I noticed documents that HomeCorp had given me when they filled that application out, they included that HomeCorp paid for water. And when I told the manager that she made a mistake, she never, corrected me and said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake." She just left it like that. But I let it go, but they continued to give me difficulties in getting a lease. Also, after that was filled out, and my husband did choose not to move, but he passed away in December of 2017. And when he passed away, the following week, I received something from the township that said I was denied receiving a voucher because I told them that my husband did not have documentation, which was untrue. That was not anything I said, and that's what they denied me from receiving the voucher after he passed. So that was not available to me anymore. And I contacted a reference name in the township. I think it was an attorney that they referred me to in the letter. And when I contacted that person never got back to me, telling them that was not the truth, and never got back to me about that either. So thank God, well, I did manage without getting Section 8. I did manage, thank God, and for the blessing. And that's what happened. And in continuation of the story, that what's happening between the town and HomeCorp, it's interesting that they're trying to get me out, and I feel like they're on the attack to destroy my character. Like I said before, I'm a Catholic in this town. I'm a Eucharistic minister in my church. That's important to me in how I represent not people, but my God. And what they're doing now is trying to destroy my character. So I feel that I had to come out and say something. And this video doesn't have it all. It's a whole more lot of issues, but this is limited. I'm not gonna go anymore. I'm just seeking help to resolve this. I am not trying to sue anyone. I've told them before when I wrote the mayor, I said I do not want to go public with this. I want a resolution, and people are ignoring me. And will somebody out there do an investigation of what is going on, what's happening? Because something is not right, and they're claiming that they're supported by HUD. This is government fundings they're receiving, and what they're doing, they need to be investigated. And whoever can hear this and help me, I'll surely appreciate it. So thank you. Hi out there in YouTube land. I'm making a video. I have no idea what I'm doing. This is the first time I'm doing this, but I'm trying to reach out to get some type of help because I can't get it in the justice system. So I'm reaching out to see if I can get help, or maybe if I bring what's happening to me in the light, all the darkness will vanish. But I'm going to try to make this, it's a whole mess of a confusing information, so I'll try my best to explain it without being too confusing, because it's been very challenging for me. It's been draining, and I would like to get some help. It's an injustice that needs to be exposed. I am living here. Where I'm living, it's in Montclair, New Jersey. And I have been living here for over 25 years. Or 26 years, actually. I'm living here. And I've been living here where I'm living for almost 20 years. And the people I'm renting from is an organization that's called HomeCorp Ecumenical Organization. And in the beginning, when I started renting from HomeCorp, and I was referred to them by a priest in my parish, I thought they were a Christian organization, but I'm coming to learn that they're not, even though they're pastors. That's part of their organization. I'm not sure if there still is. But I've been feeling to get help, even from, I'm reached out even to a lot of people, attorneys, my church. I have not gotten any help. I'm a Catholic here in Montclair. I belong to the church in Montclair, the Catholic Church in Montclair, and I received no help. But what I've been going through, as someone who's praying, they have me thinking that, this is not just about me. As someone who reaches out to help others in my community and church, this is not just about me. I have failed to receive help from anyone that I reached out to, but they started making me feel that this is what the Lord wants me to do, and I don't have to look at other people who are not doing what I wanted them to do for me. It's been a challenge. It's been draining, but I'm standing in the strength that I trust in a God whose birth we celebrated yesterday on the 25th of December. I trust in Him. And what's been happening to me, it's shocking to see what HomeCorp has changed and turned into. Because when I started here, I would volunteer with them. I had my daughter volunteer with them. She spoke on their behalf in the local TV channel in the town to raise funds for them. We raised funds for them through using our church. I had permission from my priest in 2014 to go ahead and raise funds for them together with the church. And what they've done to us, and what's hurting, is the fact that they claim to be Christians there. And my daughter felt like she felt at the beginning like they were the original manager and director. She felt like, she felt a family with them. And what they're doing to us now, with all the changes that's happening, it's like a revolving door with the employees now that they have, managers and directors. It's like a revolving door after the first ones left. I have no idea what's going on with their company, but what's happened to us, and it's affecting my daughter and her faith with what's been going through. And that is why I'm continuing to stand, because I want my family to know I stand. Though no one goes with me, still I will trust in what I believe I need to stand for. I'm not coming against anybody wrongfully. I'm here standing for the truth. And we truly believe that they were Christian organization. And what they're doing to us now, it's draining on my family. It's draining on all of us. I've worked with them, volunteering to help to keep the community, upkeep the community. I even organized a prayer vigil in the town when they had shooting together with my daughter. She got an award for that when she was leaving to go to college. In 2016, they failed to renew the lease when the old director and manager was leaving. They failed to renew my lease. And when the second set of people came on, and I requested, and I joined in a meeting with other tenants, and I got the information of what we needed to provide. When I tried providing that information like the rest of the other tenants, what you requested in a group meeting with tenants, they started asking me for more information than the other tenants. That's when it started. Why are you requesting more out of me? And I've been a long time tenant here. That went along. I provided. Then I went through certain personal information with my husband, and that is another story altogether. In 2018, when it kept on going, that they weren't providing it, I requested. They were claiming it's hard, and then you need to provide all of these information because it's a hard. That's how they were requesting all the extra information from me, which other tenants were saying that they did not have to provide. But then I got it wrong in 2018 to provide that information, all the extra information, personal documents that I provided for my family, of my family information as well. And when I provided that information, after I sent that certified information, the person who were requesting it from me and badgering me for it, she sends out a notice the day that she was leaving, that she's no longer going to be working there. But she sent me an email saying that they received my information, which was substantially more information. I'm thinking I'm going to get a lease now. But she was gone, and in comes another manager. Nothing happened. But 1 month after that other manager came in, she sends me a cease notice claiming that I was habitually late rent payment and I failed to provide documents for lease. When I got back to her in an email again, asking what happened to the ones I provided, she failed to respond to that question. And when I started realizing how they were treating me, I checked back in my information and I said, oh, what about my security deposit? That I have been never, because I read up and went into the New Jersey law information. What about my security information? What about that? I haven't been getting any notice about what yearly, no interest, nothing at all, no information on where my security deposit was. I requested that information. I was ignored till now. And at one time I got a notice, a statement from her claiming that it's a zero balance on security deposit. When I questioned that, I was ignored as well too. And they still continue to fail to tell me where my documents were. And in the meantime, I'm requesting that my apartment was in need of repair. Leaking ceiling, leaking into my kitchen cabinet, leaking into my bathroom. They keep ignoring me. Now, during all of that time, that's 2019, let's say 2019, a tree in the front when they fixed the curb was damaged in front of our house. I sent the manager, the property manager of HomeCorp, the information saying it's damaged, and if it can possibly fall, not from my side, the way it was leaning, it would fall across the street. It can damage properties. She didn't respond to me. I contacted the town and they needed pictures. I said, well, when the town was fixing the curb, the tree got damaged. How they were digging out was close to the curb. Well, I was going back and forth that it needed to remove, and well, they finally removed it. But later on, in 2019 still, I found something on the internet that their property was in pre-foreclosure. This property that I'm living in. When I questioned that as well, they refused to give me any information in an email because I refused to speak to them. I refused to speak to them on the phone, which they wanted me to. And I refused because I realized they were not being truthful to me. And if I did that, it's going to work against me. So I started requesting emails only, which the manager did not like. But that's the only way I started communicating with them, realizing what they were doing to me. Because when I paid my rent also on time, she would send me later on in the month that I was late rent. And then I had to be scanning my checks and sending that information. Yes, I did. Even sometimes when I did and they cashed the check, I would get late rent notice. I had to send the scanned copy of the check, like a game that they were playing, to build up evidence that I was late payment. If I allowed them to, if I did not respond, if I didn't remember to save a copy of my check, to let them know, yes, I sent it to you. I dropped it off at your office. So this is the game I had to go on with, which I didn't agree on, no game, but it's the game that they've been playing with me. No, I got the tree down. As far as I know, the town finally came and they took the tree out. And then later on again, I got another picture. They have it on their website with the tree down, and the property that they fail to make repairs to, that I'm always out there cleaning around and making it look decent enough on the street. They took a picture of the property and it's being advertised affordable rent wait list. The property that I'm living on, while they're refusing to fix anything and trying to get me out, they are advertising affordable rental. After the tree is removed and it looked a little more uplift, and I always have it looking tidy to the front there. You're advertising in a picture affordable income and using this property. You refuse to fix anything over the years. I'm the one doing the maintenance in the yard, and it's up there on their website. Now, 2020, a tree fell with the storm, fell and hit a couple of our vehicles. Informed the manager. She never came to see anything. Never sent anyone to remove the trees. My family again came out and shifted the tree branches out of the way. We made room for our cars to park still, and additionally we made space for the tenant next to us in the other building, who they allowed to park on our property that we were having a challenge with. We made room for her too. And the space we made, she was taking up the space and making it uncomfortable for us to park. When I reported that to the manager, she ignored me, told me we should park on the street, and said nothing to the other tenant. We had to deal with that until that tenant, she moved out. But sorry people, my head is filled. I'm drained. Yeah, back and forth in 2019. But in 2020, I noticed them about the lease and what they weren't doing, fixing. And I said I was going to withhold my rent. That was in 2020. Let me catch up. That was 2020. And I withheld my rent into an account. And I told them unless they fix, I withhold the rent. They never fixed. Now, when I was reaching out to someone who knew them as well, and I suddenly later on got information in October that there was an eviction filed, and it stated that the paperwork was filed in April, and I didn't have a clue about that. And they're using now COVID as an excuse for, that's why we did not go through with it, because of COVID. But that eviction also documents someone who can work through it. They're charging me in that eviction too for repairs of my boiler that they're responsible for fixing, and I had PSC&G come in and fix it when they were ignoring me about fixing anything, and they kept that charge and they put it in the eviction notice as well that I owed that. So what are you going to call that eviction? I would call it retaliatory eviction, because I am doing what I believe I should do as someone standing up for their rights. Withholding my rent because you're failing to fix for years. You file an eviction, and I got that document all the way in October from the court. Well, go ahead, in 2021. They still hadn't removed those leaves, those branches out of the yard. They never came and did anything about it till January of 2021. They got someone to cut up the dry branches and take it away. Now, in January, I decided eviction notice against me and you fail to fix. Now I have to call the town, which I wasn't too sure would work out for me. But we contacted the town. The inspector came, he inspected. They got violation against them. They had a compliance date of February 22nd, 2021. They ignored that date as well. When we contacted the inspector in the town again, he said he spoke to the director and she said that she couldn't do anything while I was living here, make any repairs while I was living here, even though a couple of days before the manager emailed me and said they were ready to start work. But then when we contacted the officer, the code enforcement officer, he said that the rector said they could not do any repairs until we were moved out. And they were fixing across the street, that single family house across the street from me. And I can move over there. And they will let me move over there. And so when he said that, he actually said to my daughter, I had her communicate with them. I told my daughter after she told me what he said, I said, you know what, I have to hear it from her. I need to get it in writing from her, what she's saying. I did that. I emailed her and I asked her if that was right, that she was going to offer us over there across the street when they repaired that home. And she documented it. Back in the email to me, I have it documented that she's agreed to that. And I'm telling her in another email that I would like to see it and see what it looks like. And she had me waiting a long time. She said it was going to be ready in May of this year. That time came and passed, and no work seemed to be going on and any fixing. But when she finally told me it was okay to come and see it, there was a lot of work that needed to be done still. I'm going to include some pictures in this video of what I was shown over in that other house. Then when I saw what she showed me, I contacted the town again with the inspector and I told him what I saw, and I thought that, you know, she's just playing around with me and she's trying to evict me still. And yes, when I contacted the court, yes, they said my name was still up there for eviction. When I was trying to cooperate with her, I even paid her over $2,000 in parking fees because I thought we were working together and we were going to, you know, we had a resolution of some sort. But then I question that she's trying to still evict me. She stopped, you know, contacting me. And nothing happened again. Had me waiting, nothing was done. They stopped work on that house as well. And they refused to fix anything over here. They came and attempted to fix the front porch, what I had tied up for years with a wire hanger, so the side railing of the porch doesn't fall off. And I had to put plant pots so no one passed on that side. They came, the manager came with her contractor, and he broke it off and replaced it back with the same rotten board. But later on, he went a while later, a few days on the month. I have the details, but I can't give it to you right now off my head. Went around to the back porch where there was a little shake to the porch in the back, and he rips it out, the contractor, and replace it with new stairs for them in the back that only the back tenants use, the first floor tenants use. And then you repaired mines with the same rotten wood that you pulled off to the front, which all of us use, the front porch. Another sign they were prejudiced against me. And it's not that I'm keeping them back from doing anything. The guttering that this inspector said was causing a leak in my bathroom, they failed to fix it. It's still like that. With the guttering off, for the years it's been off, they did not even attempt to fix that. They did not attempt to fix the drain of water getting into the basement with the guttering pointing into the basement that's around the house. And draining into the foundation of the basement. They even refused to fix that. And there's a lot of cracks in my apartment. And it's concerning to me, and they're ignoring me on that as well. I only have one entrance and one exit, and when you go to the bottom in the basement of where my stairs is going up, you see the crumbling wall. And that's the only stairs that I have to enter and exit. I do not have a back door. Only the first floor does. And they're having issues with me complaining because I'm concerned about my safety. And right now, 2 weeks before Christmas, they come and pretend that they want to come and do some repairs to my apartment when I asked them about the house that they were supposed to be fixing, which is empty. Why isn't any work being done over there? They're ignoring me in that question and forcing me to let them come in and start work even before the Christmas came along. 2 weeks before Christmas. After I had already gotten ready for Christmas. They're telling me that they wanted to come in and do repairs to my apartment, which I cannot see now that they can do without me, with me living in here. And the condition that they have allowed water getting into this foundation of this property is concerning. And they don't care. And when I'm complaining, they told me 2 days before Christmas that they were coming tomorrow, which is the 27th, Monday the 27th of December, to do work outside of their building, this property. When I questioned if they were going to fix the things that they needed to fix in February, when they knew about it in January, the current interim director sends out a reply to all that they should not respond to me and just get on with it. That's the response from him. Don't respond to her, just get on with it. What are you coming to do? I don't know. But his response was, Don't respond to her. Just get on with it. When I question you, what are you going to do after all these months of leaving me and leaving all this water to flow into the property that you're saying that's your property now? I know it's not mine, but I've been complaining about it for years. And they failed to fix anything. And then they still haven't told me what they're coming for tomorrow to work on the outside. But whoever is out there, this is HomeCorp I'm speaking about. HomeCorp Ecumenical Organization in Montclair. I'm drained. I'm tired. I've tried to work with them. I wrote a long letter to the mayor. Everyone has ignored me, refused to listen to me. I was supposed to get back a response from the town attorney, according to the mayor, who said he referred this to the town attorney and the town managers. I wrote him since in June of this year. No one responded to me. And I'm about feeling now that the town and HomeCorp is trying to get me out of Montclair. I've lived in Montclair. The only thing I ever did in Montclair is try to raise my children right. And it's working against me. And now what they're doing to me, you're making my family think there's no justice in being a Christian. And look what they're getting away with. No, I'm going to continue to be a Christian and stand up for my rights. I am not trying to do anyone anything wrong. All I have is what I can say that was done wrong. I have the evidence to prove it. I can trust that I will get justice in the justice system. Because already I know no attorney wants to stand up for me. But even I have a son with disability that the school had failed in this town. I did nothing about it when I realized I could not get help. But I don't want to die and leave him to receive the kind of treatment that I am currently receiving from people like these people. I need for him to have a decent place to live. If something was to happen to me, see me, I'm Catholic, as I may have mentioned before. I don't, my mind is confused right now. In this video, I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Yes, I belong to the Catholic Church in Montclair. And I don't say it with my mouth. I believe it in my heart. I've reached out. I've worked with seniors and volunteered with seniors. That's my mission. Volunteering and doing work with my church with seniors. I believe in from birth, from conception to natural death. This is me. And I don't just say it. I mean what I'm saying. It doesn't matter what other people say or how other people believe. I mean what I'm saying. I am not one to just stand up against the government and have issues with the government pro-life. I don't think that's a government issue. I believe it's a church issue. And how I do my Christian belief, how I perform in my Christian belief, I'm going to stand up and defend my son who has disability. God gave him life. I choose to give birth to him. And I choose to stand up for him. We don't just stand up against, I am not willing to just stand up against government to fight for no one who's to go into power to be president. I'm standing up as a Christian in my own way against the life of my son. What I see is going on in this world. It's evil. Especially in this evil time of COVID, where so many lives is being lost because of what we are doing to each other. Let's get together and work better to treat others better. So God will have mercy on us and put a stop to COVID, because he's the only one that I trust that will put an end to it. But the way we're behaving with each other and treating each other, he's allowing it. It is sad that we are the ones that is causing what's happening. This evil disease that's called COVID. If that's the way we're treating on each other, God sees it. And he knows us. Take care of it. No president is going to cure it. No one who think they're their own personal God in the world ahead. Anyone stepping forward to put a cure to it? My trust is in him above. And I'm going to stand up for my rights. Trusting in him. I could die from COVID too, but I know if I die from COVID, there's a presence of the Lord I have to face. And I'm not going to face him. He knows I'm not being wicked to anybody out there who's accusing me. Because COVID doesn't respect color. COVID doesn't respect class. Is anybody taking a check of who COVID is taking down? He's taking us out from any class or creed. There's no race thing with COVID. We need to stop this. I've tried. I've been trying. I've let this thing extend and keep begging for them to put an end to what they are doing, that I do not have to go public with this. But I have to stop this video because I'm emotional. I'm really hurt and my mind is not clear right now. But in what I'm saying and how I'm presenting it to who can hear it. But you know what? All who's out there, I have documentations that what I'm saying is the truth. I am not accusing this company or the tongue wrongfully. What I'm speaking is the truth. God knows it's the truth. And these people who claim to be a Christian ecumenical organization, you're hurting people. You're hurting people and you're allowing people to think and question God. How God can allow this. But you see, I'm not going to allow you to do that to me. And I'm going to stick at it. Because I have the proof to my family and maybe out there who know me. That when I say I believe in the truth and I believe in the light and I believe in the Lord, there is a God who comes through for you when you stick in the light. And this is why I choose now today to bring this to the light. Because it's been in darkness where the enemy, the evil one, likes it to be kept in darkness. That's why today I'm choosing to bring it out into the light. And whoever chooses to question me, I did not call names yet. I did not call names. I choose not to call anyone's name yet. No one's name was called yet. But I've seen some of the managers and directors. You know what is concerning to me? If it doesn't get fixed, this is what's concerning to me. That these people, when they move from this organization, when they got in questionable, when they're communicating with me and they think that I have got them with what they said and they moved and they moved on and they switch up and put another person in place. Where they're moving on to is the places that you're supposed to reach out to in the government to get help when they're giving you trouble. Because the past director recently moved on. She's moved on to HUD. She's working for HUD now. So who are you going to complain to? Her? if I go out there to complain? HUD? This is a joke. And I don't think it's funny. That is wrong on all levels. And one of the other managers, she's got a house and she's working for the housing in the town. So they're just moving along, getting out of the way, and the next one coming to try to see if they'll do a better job in getting me out. But I stand in the name of Jesus. People don't like to call Jesus. Don't say Jesus. Yes, I say Jesus because I stand in his name. I'm standing here and living and breathing because of him. Hallelujah. Anyhow, God knows each of us. If you want to believe in him or not. If there is any channel, if there is any news channel who wants to take up this story and truly work to make a difference for the innocent tenants who is going through what, it's not just me only. I'm quite sure it's not me only, but I'm getting the most pressure because I'm standing with them, against them. But there is lots of innocent tenants that's going through this, I'm sure of. And they're quiet because they do not want to lose a place to live, even if the condition is not what it's supposed to be. And Lord, have mercy on us. Thank you for whoever will listen and let me know what I can do to put an end to this.